Today we have one of the heavyweight contenders of the battle for the most nutritious vegetable, and I guess you can all maybe assume who is in this corner and who is in the other corner, but for sure in one of the corners we have Mr. Spinach as one of the heavyweight contenders. Now this here is a major cancer fighter. Oh yeah, cancer prevention, as renowned by the American Cancer Institute for Research on Cancer, and look at his beauty. So we're gonna juice all this spinach today in this episode in the series of Juicing Green Basics for Beginners. But you intermediate and advanced juicers can watch this for a laugh if you like. And spinach is a serious vegetable. Now, it's packed with A, B, C, D, all the vitamins, heavy dose, and minerals. It's got an even amino acid profile that is insane amino acid profile, insane. And see that green? That's all chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the sun's vitamin. Thank you, Lord, for the sun vitamin. There's a lot of chi energy, life force energy here. So, I hope you washed that spinach good. Yeah, I washed it good. I washed it 3 times, vigorously 3 times. Oh, you're trying to be a wise guy? Ah, everybody's looking at me. What are you doing to that poor spinach? I'll tell you. I'm washing the living daylights out of it. No, that's not true. You're not washing the living daylights out of it. You're washing the pesticides out of it. Oh, that's right, I'm washing the pesticides out. But you can't get the pesticides out of the DNA. Too bad. Hey, why don't you go out and buy yourself some organic spinach? Well, I'll tell you the truth, I can't afford it. But if I could, I would. Oh, who you trying to be? Okay, so you know what I did? By cutting off the ends here, I placed the ends I see on the internet you can place them in water and they're supposed to grow roots, and then you can plant them out in your garden and they'll grow new leaves. I believe that's true, so that's my experiment. I've done it with ones that had roots on them already, that if these come and you can see the roots. I've already planted them successfully in my garden. But now I'm going to try it planting the ones that have been cut, the roots have been cut off, and see if I can grow some roots, throw it out in the garden, and grow myself some spinach. Now, ideally, what you would do is you'd plan it out right so that in the spring, early spring, you want those roots to be coming just as that soil soil is workable and the days start warming up, I would put them in there in March, the middle of March. I'd plant those roots, and then I believe I would have myself some spinach. And spinach likes a lot of nutrition, so I'm going to throw a lot of composted cow manure right at the root base. And I guess next year, if you're following these videos, I'm going to make a video exactly on that subject of taking the spinach, cutting off the ends, put it in water, letting the roots come, putting it in the soil, and see how the plants come. Now I just did that with arugula because the arugula did have the roots. I threw it in, but now I put them in the end of December. Now November. Now it's December. I'm wondering if the winter's going to kill them off. Because now, if the winter doesn't kill them off, in the spring that arugula is going to sprout, and I'm going to have some nice arugula plants. Arugula! Arugula! There, I'm high on greens, baby, and that's what's happening here today. High on greens. Throw them all in there. Nice. Now the next step, look at that. So that bunch only got me about 7 ounces, 6 or 7 ounces. Now we're going to take the poison skin off the cucumber. Beautiful cucumber. But it's a conventional cucumber. So the skin comes off, the poison comes off. That's right. Get that poison out of there. Take that poison out of there, man. They spray those plants like no tomorrow. Imagine how cheap these would be if they didn't have to buy pesticides and have to hire so many people to spray pesticides all day long. You ever see them out there in the field spraying the pesticides with masks on? Yeah, I see that. And we eat it without masks. Well, don't worry about that. Your stomach has a mask inside there, and it's going to mask you from getting the poison pesticides into your bloodstream and into your bodily organs. Yeah. You're silly. You're silly, Judge. Oh, Richie. Stop making fun of me. Okay, so we stick this cleanser, highly nutritious cleanser, into the juicer. Because what we have, again, in this series of the greens, your basic green series, it's a 3-part recipe: apples, cucumber, base, and the green, whatever green. If you watch one of these videos, you've seen them all, except for the little tidbits I throw in each video. Little tidbits, little tricks, little devices. Now, one of those tricks is you could have put the spinach through. I should have put it through again. You put it through 3 times, and you get a lot more juice out of that spinach. That's in this type of juicer. This type of juicer, you need patience. In a centrifugal juicer, geez, you just throw the whole apple in, you throw the whole spinach, the whole cucumber, boom, I would have been done 10 minutes ago. Oh, why don't you have yourself a centrifugal filter also then? Well, I'll tell you why. When I first began this juicing, I do have those other juices, but they're a pain in the ass. I don't have a good centrifugal juicer. When an islander, where I was working told me about this juicing, and he told me the fact that this yawl, this slow spinning yawl, is going to squeeze the juice out, and by slowly squeezing the juice out, you're not destroying or denaturing any of the enzymes. Whereas the centrifugal juicer, he said, the blade spins so fast that at the contact of the blade, where the blade meets the vegetable or fruit, the heat is at a point that it destroys, denatures, kills, whichever term you want to use, enzymes. So that's why I have this. But now every juicer has its pros and cons. Look at this, how long it's taken me. Now let's say, you know, you got the kind of job, you got a family, kid, you got a hectic life when you're starting out your new healthy lifestyle. You got to make changes in your life. So in the beginning, you don't have the time to do this. You don't have the time. You got to get to work. Your boss is waiting. Your slave master is waiting. And you're taking this head off. This head is good, though. You see, there's nutrients, but that will actually juice down. But when you pour it with the head, sometimes it splashes out because it gets in the way. So using that head, I'm putting the whole thing in there. So already we have this much juice. This recipe makes more than a quart of juice because that's a 32-ounce bowl jar. And bowl jars are the preferred container or vessel of those who juice and make smoothies. It's the preferred vessel. It's like a shot glass is the preferred vessel when you're taking a shot of whiskey. When you're drinking beer, you want a beer mug. When you're making health juice, health smoothies, you want a 32-ounce bowl jar. And that's how that goes. Whoa, get back here, you. Now, later on when I'm done with the green, the basic green, juicing 101 videos, we're going to get a little, it's more of an intermediate and advanced juicing recipes, which will be designer recipes, and smoothies, and combination juice smoothies, like you say. If I took this juice, threw it in the blender, and then I ate it, because you can't put an avocado through here. And I put this juice in a blender and I put some avocados in there, boom, you got a smoothie. You got a combination juice smoothie. But see, that's more of a designer, more advanced. Yeah, just keep on shoving this in there, and we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen, children, pets. Oh yeah, you. By the way, you feeding your pets that stuff in the cans in those bags that they have in the supermarket? Boy, those poor animals. Boy, are they subject to some nasty stuff, boy. But as you get along, you'll find out you can feed your animals. Your animal's gonna be like, woo! What am I getting here? All right, so this is what we have here. Now I'm taking some of this foam off here. We're gonna take some foam off. Because I got a lot of juice here. This foam doesn't amount to too much at all. Because there was more apples in the end there, we're just going to mix this back and forth a few times so it's homogeneous. So there we have it. Super duper spinach drink. I mean, Brutus would have loved this. That's right. He would have kicked you know whose butt. Here we go. Oh my God! That is one powerful drink, baby. Okay, get with it. Get with the lifestyle.